Hi, well this is, as you will know, is a voiceover, so what I'm actually going to do now is show you is the concealer. This is quite a dark concealer, as I want to do the cover underneath my eyes. And so I'm not looking directly at the camera. It was one of those quick decisions I just made, and I wanted to try because I wanted to try and see how I could get rid of the darkness. Now it was hard work to put the product on because I hadn't used it for a while and it felt like it was just starting to dry up a little bit. So anyway, I've put it on and it actually comes out really well because it covers up the darkness of the dark line, like a dark half moon underneath. Now it does make me look a bit silly for the moment in time, and so I'm just patting that in just for the moment, because that's just my underlayer, and as you can see quite well, it actually gets rid of the darkness underneath. So I'm just trying to pat it in so that you can basically won't see the out line. Exactly the same with the other side as well, but there you go. As you can see now, the darkness underneath my actual eye now has actually gone. I did put quite a bit on, so I had to remove it a bit more around than what I usually do. I don't normally put it right over the top of my eye, but I put a little bit too much on. And that. So what I'm going to do now is, what I did put too much on is this colour here, which I've just showed, this light colour. Now I did put too much of this on and I end up basically covering my whole entire face. So this, now when it goes on, it's not like I have to put 2 or 3 lots of this on, but I did put a little bit too much on, which ended up covering my entire face, and it ended up making it look like a complete and utter mess. But I do end up making it look right in the end, and I do end up covering up and sorting it out. So as you can see, I'm now maneuvering it around. I realise I've put too much, actually too much on, and then I end up having to put it over my eyes, which was actually a good thing I ended up putting on my eyes, because that's when I realised how good the actual eyeshadow actually came out. And the eyeshadow comes out so well, so bright, and so fantastic. Now I just look like I've got basically my eyes punched. I'm looking like I'm doing some Halloween costume mask or something like that, but I just realised I put way too much on, and I'm trying to basically pat it down and blend it, and it's just basically, it did take some doing, as you can quite clearly see. It is taking some doing to do, but I also had to do right in the corner of my eyes, and I also noticed that I also had some cracks and that, so I wanted to make sure that was all okay. So as you can see, I've done all over now, so I've spread it like down my nose, down the side of my nose, down the side of my chin, around the side of my actual forehead, and I just pulled that face, but literally because I just remembered I didn't bring the brush up for what I needed that for, which I've just showed you. So instead I started improvising with this foundation. This is called the foundation stick. Yes, this is the only brushes that I actually have all in that entire tube there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on my face and do a full coverage. But you do not get to see, obviously, the right the way through to the very end, because unfortunately it got that very late that night that I had to put my kids to bed, and it was just a stupid crazy idea that I came out with just to go through and do this. And that's when I worked out, just hold on 1 minute, you know, if I put on the bright orange colour first underneath my eyes to cover up the darkness, that will do that. Then I put the colour over the top of it, that will then make it look better, and then obviously put the foundation over the top of it, which will cover then it up. And it turned out to be really well, because I didn't just get rid of the darkness underneath my eyes, but I also, my makeup, my actual eyeshadow came out really well. It came out so bright, more than it did this morning, and that. So yeah, this is the same day I did my other video, but I just improvised. Now look how bright that came out. I do end up blending it, which which lowers it down the colour a little bit, but I didn't end up doing right the way through to the very end, so I didn't end up finishing the whole entire lot off, I'm afraid. So I will be doing another video obviously again. Hopefully I can try and finish it off, but you can see now how much better it looks. There's no lines, there's no cuts, there's no curves, there's, you know, my face looks skinny, there's no darkness underneath my eyes, and the colour on top of my eyes comes out very, very nice and bright. Very, very nice and bright. So obviously I'm not blending it in at the moment in time, because all I'm doing right now is putting the colour in, but I'm doing it with swirly motions. So I'm still putting some more on just to give it a little bit more, obviously more help, which I should just realise just now I need to put it on a little bit more on the other eye. So this one has the blending brush, this one now, so that it'll go up a little bit higher, and that I'm not actually, it looks like I'm doing it quite hard, but I'm actually not. So I'm actually just slowly but surely blending that up to the top, as you'll see in a minute when I come back onto it, because I do pause my video a lot, and you do see the after effects after I finish doing it, because you don't want to be sitting here watching me do all this faffing. So in a minute, once I've done, there you go, right, so you can see now it is still bright, and it is obviously, it is still there. I've just blended it in a bit more. What I should have done on this part is actually, I should have put it is, I just realised now by watching this, I should have not just looked at the camera a little bit more, which I didn't actually have my ring light or anything, but with the creases where you can see I'm actually putting it into, I should have put more concealer into there and then put on more of the makeup. Otherwise, follow, subscribe and like. Thank you very much for watching.